Good morning. Today is July the 28th, 2021. Welcome to a new style of video where I'm going to review the different cryptocurrencies versus the bull market watch spreadsheet and the data that we collect there on how to trade every one of the different cryptocurrencies that are on Binance. I am super excited to do this. And I'm very grateful for all the people who are subscribers to the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet, and thank you for your support. It's been an amazing journey over the last couple years as the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet has really kicked ass according to the way the markets are going. So I want to start off right now by taking a look at Bitcoin dominance. And you can see this chart here. Bitcoin dominance made a bottom formation in January of 2018. This was the major bull run from March of 2017 until about mid-August of 2017. Then the alts pulled back in a long, slow death spiral until middle of December. And then they quickly bolted up until the middle of January. And then they were on a long downtrend for a full year, a year and a half. Then they kind of teased us a little bit and they pulled back hard all the way here till January 2021. And now the alts have done pretty much a really good bull market as Bitcoin was moving along right up until the third weekend of May. And then we see a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and Bitcoin dominance is going back up again. So my thinking is that as Bitcoin might take off from here, Bitcoin dominance is probably going to pull back a little bit, and we'll watch for it to top out at one of these support and resistance levels from the past. So let me zoom this chart back in. This is the daily chart of Bitcoin dominance, and the 60-20 EMA has crossed over, which is a really important signal for me, especially in the daily. That's very powerful. And that we've made a 1, 2, 3 bottom 3 times off this top, and we are breaking above it is a bullish turnaround trend. That is a trend breaking pattern that I watch for. So we see these this trend line here broken. That's really powerful, and I really want to pay attention to that. And I want to compare that against Bitcoin prices here from 2020. This is January 2020. And remember, Bitcoin dominance went down until the third week of May. Right here is when Bitcoin dominance bottomed out, and it's making a bottom formation as Bitcoin is making the sideways formation. So if I review this again, we can see where in January, prices came all the way down from 2021. So January 2021, as Bitcoin was going up, dominance was dropping. That means the altcoins were going up in US dollar faster than Bitcoin was. So if you were holding alts during this time, you made an especially good profit on the Bitcoin rise all the way through this time right here. But now I'm thinking that as Bitcoin has pulled back and is making this 3 touches of death right here and making some strength, it may continue on and go higher. And as it does go higher, the alts are going to suffer. They're going to go down. Well, they're not going to go down in US dollar value maybe, but they won't grow as fast as Bitcoin is. They may pull back in the coin versus Bitcoin chart. And I only trade altcoins to grow my number of Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin dominance is dropping, that's the time for me to hold altcoins. When Bitcoin dominance is rising, that's the time to hold Bitcoin. Now, if dominance is rising and Bitcoin price is dropping, the best place to be is in fiat currency. If Bitcoin dominance is dropping, no matter what Bitcoin price is doing, the better place to be is in altcoins. Now, those basics with us, you can see over on the right-hand side of this chart, I've got this color-coded spreadsheet. And this is our trading system for the altcoins along with the color code. So I'm going to color code this as we go along here. As we can see the color code along the side here, it was February that we had a green, and we held a little bit until February 24th. So here, February 24th, thereabouts, we got out of that market. Then as we went along through time, we can see in April the 8th, this told us to get back in because we had, let me grab a marker here, we had a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Prices broke above these levels, and that was our hold signal. And you can see that from March 30th until April the 5th that we had an alert status in this coin. So if I just temporarily hide this for now, we had an alert status in that. And what that means is that through this period of time, we were in alert status right through here because the prices were getting close to our entry signal. And then we went into a hold status as price went above that, and we could see that it coordinates pretty well with the this indicator here. So the bull market watch gives us a color code that matches that. We can see how it, yes indeed, it went out a little bit as the prices pulled back, but then went back into a hold status from April 29th until May 22nd. So there we are, May 20th, May 22nd. This told us to get out of the trade, and that really matches what Bitcoin dominance was doing. As we came here to May 16th, May 22nd, this was bottoming, telling us to get out of the altcoins. And we can see here for the 1-inch coin, it matched really well. It was perfect in the way that the bull market watch color coding matched the buy and sell signals here. Really great to see that. And this is what I want to do in this video now, is to continue going through coin after coin to look at how the bull market watch color coding was actually really well matching what was going on in the charts. So our next coin was AAVE. AAVE versus Bitcoin. I always looking at these versus Bitcoin because I want to know if I'm holding, should I hold Bitcoin or should I hold the altcoin? So here, January 13th, exactly. So we had the alert signal beforehand that told us that the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation was shaping up and that we should get ready. So we hit this low, it came up, made a number 2 point, pulled back and retested the low, but failed that retest. And as prices broke above that 1, 2, 3 formation and our 60-20 EMAs crossed over, that's our buy signal. Now our exit signal was on February the 15th, the 4-hour EMA crossed over. So we got a little earlier on this. The 4-hour EMAs crossed over there. That was really good. So we closed half of our position. And then when the 12-hour EMAs crossed over on February 23rd, we would have been selling out of the rest of our position. So the bull market watch color coding is even better than this, this indicator right here. Very simple indicator. And our exit strategy really helps to make sure that we're taking our profit, half of our profit with the 4-hour EMA. So the price chart turns light green. We get the blue, the cold fish color. Now our trade is turned into a cold fish, and we're only holding half of our trade here until it turns black, and that's our time to get out. So the market, you can see here, it kept us out of this trade, Watch for it here, April 3rd, watch for it again, and then it didn't get us in until April the 28th. So this is another 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Prices spiked down. They came up, they made the 1, 2, 3. Let me clear that off and draw that in again. So we spiked down, we came up, retested that low, but it failed, and as it broke above those levels, it gave us the buy signal. So now let's go on, and we can see that we were kind of in and out of half of our trade right there on May, early in May. So right in here, we were kind of nervous though. We had a top formation, the 4-hour EMAs crossed, but they crossed back positive again, got us back into it until May the 23rd. So May the 23rd, the 4-hour EMAs crossed. We would have gotten out a little earlier on this for half of our trade, and then there on June the 11th, it got us out of the rest of the trade. Perfect. Just really fantastic the way the color coding works out. So that's really awesome to see how these color coding are working for these markets. So let's go back now and do the next one. And I'm going to do video after video after video reviewing all of these coins. It gives me a chance to take a look at all of these newer coins to see how they turned out. What did they do through this bull market that we were able to make some money off of? Now in ACM, let's take a look at that one. This is new to me. All right, so this one didn't have a lot of moves. Let's go see what happened in our spreadsheet. ACM, nothing all the way through February, all the way along, nothing, until a little bit there in May that we would have traded. And this would have been a difficult one. It didn't make a nice clean 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. I might not have traded this one myself because it just blew off and exploded. So we took the data and we marked that in there, but I probably wouldn't have traded this myself with that kind of big move like that. And I would have just left it for my own part. This one here, though, I would have been more interested in because it made this really nice consolidation. Bottoms along here, 1, 2, 3. We can see these wicks of pre-pump buying wicks going on there, and I like those. I like them. So I probably would have been buying in on that breakout and had my stop just above my entry. It might have been difficult. I might have been kicked out of it and had to get back into it again here. And then I would have been kicked out with my stop above my entry. So it wouldn't have been a very profitable trade, but now I'll be watching for it to make a new 1, 2, 3 formation and to be buying on that. That'll be really interesting to see how the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet deals with that coin. I just love the way this is turning out. It's been a fantastic setup, the Bull Market Watch, because it gives us the color coding for every single one of the different cryptos, and each one you trade 0.5% of your overall portfolio, so that because there's 200 different coins, if you were trading with a $10,000 account, you would be putting $50 into each one of these different coins, and you're really spreading out wide and diversified into the whole market as the trend continues. That's why Bitcoin dominance is such a powerful thing. Many of the coins will be making a big move here, but not all of them. So we only want to trade the ones that are making a big move. Let's go on now and take a look at ADA. And now Cardano is something that a lot of people were very interested in for a long time. It built up over the years in 2021 and made a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation right here. Gave us our buy signal. Would have been a little later than this shapes up, because I'm always looking for the lowest price. It comes up, it retests that, and as it breaks above that, that's my buy signal. So this would have been an add-on signal for the pro alerts. We would have kept our stop loss below 2 levels below the market and let the market have time to do the big move that it has the potential to do, because we can see that if we go into a longer term time frame, okay, this is all we have for ADA here, but it made a downward trend, really huge move. And if we could have bought in here and added on there, we would have made a much greater profit on that. So let's continue to look at the way the Bull Market Watch actually handled this. So back in January, it did give us an alert a couple days before this 1, 2, 3 formation, and it was January 6th that we see in the chart that it turned into a buy signal. A little early for me, just because we had these lower lows going on here. I would have waited until this breakout for my own self, even though the 12-hour EMAs crossed over there and gave us a buy signal. I would have been later waiting for that 1, 2, 3. Anyway, the ADA stayed in a hold position until March 7th. There we go. That is when the 4-hour EMAs crossed over and we would have taken half of our profit. And then March the 15th, we would have closed out the rest of our position right there. Very good. Nicely done. And then prices went back into an alert status as it moved along here. Great, great, great. We didn't stay in through all the noise and wiggling along there. And then it went into a hold status on April the 3rd. This would have kind of kicked us out because of our stop loss above our entry, and we'd have to get back in as it broke out above there. And sure enough, it did from April until May 23rd, and it was really good to have gotten into it because it made a really big move. May 23rd really kind of kicked us out early, or would have been a wreckage in that. But you can see that the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet only sold half of the position on that move, and then bought back into that position, which went on until June the 10th. And the 4-hour EMAs crossed over. We sold out half of our position again, and then we sold out the rest of our position here. So we're really buying in on the move up, and we're getting out on those top formations really beautifully. I am so tickled to see this. ADX is the next one we look at. Let's go back to January and take a look now at ADX. So if you're finding this video informative and you like what you're seeing here, hit the thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Not only do I do the live stream here, but of course I'll be doing videos on the altcoins. This was really volatile. It would have been difficult. Be sure to come over to the website, IntroToCryptos.ca, and subscribe. Get the free training that comes along that teaches you this whole trading system. I'm talking about it now, and I'm explaining it, and I'm showing you examples, and I'm showing you the data feed that you can purchase as a separate add-on. You can get all of this training on how to do this system for free over on the website, IntroToCryptos.ca. And here's the website, IntroToCryptos.ca. Scroll down a little bit and put your email address in for the free training. You'll get a 27-minute webinar and a 30-page companion study guide. And I just had comment from some of our members just the other day in our Discord chat, which is also free. They were saying that I'm giving away too much information. I have an advanced course and we have the data services, but they're saying I'm giving away the whole trading system here. I'm just giving it away. And it's important to me that I do that. I don't want to charge money for how to make money. A lot of people who are just starting out, they don't have any money. They have debt. They're struggling with money. They want to learn how to make money. And it always bugged me in the past when I was trying to learn myself. And the gurus would say, look, I made $1 million. Here, just pay me a couple hundred and I'll show you how I did it. Come on now. You know, you made some money. How about helping guys out? So that's what I do. And you can see these pie charts here on the feed as well. If you go to the bull market watch up in the top corner here and scroll down, you'll see these charts, and they are live. This is from the bull market watch spreadsheet that shows you how many coins are in alert status, how many are in new holds, how many are partial holds, how many are full holds. And you can subscribe to this service as well. You get the training for free, but the data that we keep up for you every single day is a paid service. And right now you can get it for $25 a month, which is crazy for monitoring 277 different cryptos. Our price is definitely going to go up. A lot of people in the cryptocurrency sphere are charging $70 to $99 for their trading service updates. If you buy right now with and pay in crypto, it's $9.95. You pay the annual fee, you save $180 on getting this data every single day. All of these coins. So I'm going to go back now to the charts, and we're going to continue going through to see what actually happened with ADA. At the beginning of 2021, you can see that it made a tiny little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and then it broke out right there. And ADX, you can see in January, it was neutral, means don't hold a position. Then we had 3 days of notice, an alert that our trading signal was coming up. And sure enough, it broke out above there. This was difficult. If you would have put your stop above your entry, you would have got kicked out and you would have to get back in again. And you can see the spreadsheet shows this data as it was happening. We went into a hold status. The 4-hour EMA is crossed, so we get out. And then we back into the hold status fully, and the 4-hour EMA crossed on February the 10th. So we can see here February the 10th. That the 4-hour EMA crossed and told us to get out of half of our position. And then the 12, so we didn't get nailed as badly on this as this chart would have been, because we had that 4-hour EMA exit to begin with. Then we're looking here February 28th. We are back into a hold status. February 28th, but because it was so volatile, this didn't put us back in until the 1, 2, 3 broke out again. So then we held all the way through until April the 4th. Really perfect. This is when the 4-hour EMA crossed and then the 12-hour EMA crossed, and we were not holding it through this volatile stuff that went on here. A few little blips, but really kept us out of that market while it topped out and as it was coming back down. So here we are, July the 28th. This is the data that's completed every single day so that you get the color coding. And more than just the color coding, there is a panel on the homepage of the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet that summarizes everything for you. so that you don't have to scan through this whole big thing of data every single day. You can just go to the home page and you get the summary of everything. So let's go on now to ARGO BTC. And we're always studying these versus Bitcoin because we want to be in crypto with part of our overall portfolio. We want to have some stocks, we want to have some commodities, we want to have some gold and silver. We want, we want to have an asset that is producing money, whether that is a rental property or you're renting out part of your hard drive with storage coin. Any of those things that are producing money for us, we want to have. And this is part of our overall investment strategy where we'll have a bit of our money in crypto. And for me, I want to keep it in Bitcoin. Unless Bitcoin dominance is dropping, then I want to put it into some of the altcoins. And I want to diversify part of my Bitcoin holdings into the different altcoins. And I follow this strategy. The 1, 2, 3 bottom formation as it consolidates and breaks out, that's my buy signal right there. Especially when the 12-hour EMAs have crossed over, that you can see here on this chart. So now we're looking at AERGO. And January 24th, we were in alert status as it was coming close. That's awesome. All the way along until February 14th, it turned into a buy signal a little bit later than this indicator on its own, because we're filtering by having the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, waiting for it to break out. And then we keep our stop loss to support and resistance levels behind the market as we're going up here until the bull market watch gives us a signal to get out. So this held into a hold stance all the way until April the 7th, and it went sort of into a 4-hour EMA crossover right there as it pulled back, and then the 4-hour EMA put us back into the market just for a few days, sold out again on the 4-hour EMA, and then we sold out on the 12-hour EMA cross right there. Perfect. Got us in at the bottom, got us out at the top. Can't ask for anything better than that, especially when it's so simple and color coded. We had a little blip here, but it kicked us out right away. All the way along, we had this little blip here in June that you can see as it broke out. We did have a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and it broke out, and then the 12-hour EMAs crossed. Would have been hard to get a good signal on this and a good trade out of it. Not everyone is a big winner, but we want to take this position because who knows, it may keep going. So we don't know the future, but we do know that when the 1, 2, 3 pattern happens and the 12-hour EMA crosses, you put on a part of your overall portfolio. Like I say, really diversified. So if you have $10,000 to invest, you'd only be putting $50 into and out of this with the bull market watch spreadsheet. Just a small position. Now let's go on to AGIX, go all the way back up here and take a look at the chart. AGIX / Bitcoin. So this was newer coin, AGIX. Got some stuff in January, but I don't have charts here for January. So I don't know what's going on with that in and out because I don't have a chart for it. And it wasn't until July that it went in. So here we do have that July entry and exit where it did break out. This is a consolidation of a 1, 2, 3 formation. It broke above it. The 12-hour EMA is crossed, and that would be our entry signal as this is happening. And then we want to hold it, give it the room to do all these moves and not sell until the 12-hour EMA crosses. So this probably wouldn't have been a very profitable trade. It would have come down and hit my stop loss order. I always put a stop loss up above my entries. It doesn't matter if the market makes me a lot of money. I know that over time I will catch those big moves. And so I just keep doing that thing over and over. That's my job. My job isn't to determine how much profit I'm going to make off a trade. That's up to the market. Our job is only to reduce our risk and manage our risk at the beginning of the trades, put on the position when it tells us, put our stop loss above our entry when we can, and the rest is up to the market. We just play it out and see what's going on. So let's move over and do the next couple. AGIX, AION, AION. Look at this. This is beautiful. It had a great 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. double bottom, triple bottom, quadruple bottom, so we could call this our 1, 2, 3, and then the 12-hour EMAs crossed. So let's see what our charts did. January 24th or 21st, there was a bit of an alert, but it pulled back into neutral. We had an alert February 11th that tells us to get ready. Our signal is coming up. We have lots of notification of it. Really nice. And then it turned into a hold status February 19th. Very good. We had the 4-hour EMA cross just to take a little bit of our profit. It's pulling back. And then the 4-hour EMA crossed again. So we put our position back onto full. And it held all the way until April the 5th and got us out April 23rd. So April the 5th, even better, April the 5th, we were up in here when that 4-hour EMA crossed and took out a part of our position, and then we got out of the rest of it on April the 23rd. So it's absolutely fantastic how this bull market watch is working. We had an alert stance again as we had a new 1, 2, 3 formation. The 12-hour EMAs crossed again. We were in from May 8th until the 20th. So might not have made very much profit on this little part of it, but you know, that's not our job. Our job is to get ready for that signal. Now that it's pulled back and Bitcoin dominance looks like it's rising, this may pull back even more. This may take a real beating as it's, as Bitcoin dominance goes up. This could pull back even more. So there's nothing to do in this. Just wait for these new bottoms to make a 1, 2, 3 bottom. And then when the 12-hour EMA crosses, we are good to go. So be sure to go over to the website. If you have questions about this, go and get that free training to start off with. And join us over on Discord so that you can ask your questions in real time. I love your questions. It's one of the reasons I give away the course, AKRO, so that you can come and ask your questions. I believe that you don't really know something until you know it well enough that you can explain it to somebody else so they know it. Now, this is an advanced strategy, really would have rocked hard on this. We have an advanced strategy called the popcorn trade market, the popcorn trade, and it prepares you and it captures these kind of huge wick moves that often happen in crypto. Now, our bull market watch spreadsheet would have gotten us in as an alert stance. Alert means get ready, our trading signal is coming up. So we have advanced warning that we're going to be trading a signal with the bull market watch. That alert status is really fantastic. Then January 24th, it went into hold stance. Perfect. It would have kept into hold stance until February 18th. It got out because the 4-hour EMA crossed, and then it got out of the rest of the position on February the 25th because the 12-hour EMA crossed. Now it continued to make a 1, 2, 3 formation. And let's see, yeah, we got an alert on that in early March, and then it went back into hold stance. The 4-hour EMA crossed, so it got us out of part of the position and would have told us to get back into the rest of the position when that 4-hour EMA crossed positive again. And then it kicked us out of the trade when the 4-hour EMA crossed and the rest of the trade when the 12-hour EMA crossed. Kept us out of that market all the way along. We had a couple alerts as it's setting up here. We've got a bottom formation now, and as this makes the 1, 2, 3 bottom and breaks above this, plus the 12-hour EMA crossing, it'll get us back into this market. But there's nothing for us to do in the meantime, and we could be catching something like this in the future. And it's fantastic. Every single one of these coins we're ready for. The next one in our list is Algo. Let's take a look at that and I'll finish this video. Algo versus Bitcoin. And I'm always looking versus, this was a harder one. This really chopped a lot here in this year. It really didn't give us a big trend as Bitcoin dominance was dropping. This coin didn't really jump up on it. So I don't know, maybe the technology in this isn't really capturing investors. Let's go back to see what happened. Yeah, it did capture a little bit of this. We were in and out back in November. So this is January. We got the alert signal in early January because it did make a 1, 2, 3 bottom. If we'd have bought in here and put our stop loss above, we'd have been kicked out. We'd have had to, usually when I get kicked out on a wick like that, I don't get back in. I don't just jump back in. I got to wait for another 1, 2, 3 formation. So maybe I would have gotten into it on this 1, 2, 3 formation, but this overall, it was sideways. It was a lot of work probably and not a lot of profit even though the bull market watch would have showed us that we could get in and out, some of the markets are just a pain in the ass like that. So we're going to continue on in the next video to go through all the coins that are on Binance. I'm going to do video after video after video on this and review them all. We're going to get to know which coins have the potential, which ones did well, which ones didn't do well. And for me, this is just cementing in how powerful the bull market watch spreadsheet really is. And for $9.95 per month for the annual fee, you get updates on all 277 coins on Binance every single day. That saves you so many hours of scanning all the markets. All you need to do is just look at that summary and poof, there it is. Now I'll sign off on this video. I'm looking forward to your questions. I'm looking forward to you guys downloading the free training on the homepage of the website. Click on the homepage, put your email address in, and get that free webinar, get that free study guide that goes along with it, and away you go. So thanks again for watching this. Learn more about everything on this over on the IntroToCryptos website, and I'll see you on the next video.